The assassination of President John F. Kennedy in Dallas, Texas on November 22, 1963 remains one of the most shrouded and controversial events in American history. The official investigation conducted by the Warren Commission concluded that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone in shooting Kennedy from the Texas School Book Depository. However, over the years, alternative theories have flourished, particularly regarding the mysterious witnesses who may hold crucial information about the events leading up to and following the assassination. Some of these witnesses have never been properly investigated or have been dismissed by authorities, while others suggest grave inconsistencies in the official narrative, prompting a wide array of conspiracy theories to emerge. One of the most compelling aspects of the investigation into JFK's death is the mysterious witnesses who have been largely overlooked or intimidated into silence. These individuals were often in close proximity to Dealey Plaza on the day of the assassination, yet their testimonies were either ignored or manipulated to fit the official story that Oswald was the lone gunman. What is truly remarkable is the number of these witnesses who later died under suspicious circumstances, which has fueled speculation that they were silenced to keep certain details hidden. The question remains, did these unidentified witnesses hold the key to understanding the real conspiracy behind Kennedy's murder? The most controversial and unsettling element surrounding the JFK assassination is the evidence suppression and tampering that took place during and after the investigation. From witness intimidation to the disappearance of vital evidence, it is apparent that elements of the US government were intent on covering up certain truths about that fateful day. The CIA, in particular, has long been accused of deliberately manipulating or destroying evidence that could have shed light on the true circumstances surrounding Kennedy's assassination. Some researchers, including those involved with the House Select Committee on Assassinations, HSCA, have concluded that there were indeed multiple gunmen involved, contrary to the official report that implicated Oswald alone. Even the Zapruder film, which captured the killing in stark detail, has been questioned for potential manipulation. The Warren Commission's findings, based largely on the FBI's investigation, were flawed and incomplete. For one, FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover himself voiced concerns that the investigation was being handled too hastily, as the authorities aimed to convince the public that Oswald was the assassin. On the day after the assassination, Hoover issued a memo which raised serious doubts about Oswald's involvement. He mentioned that CIA intercepts revealed someone impersonating Oswald, visiting the Soviet and Cuban embassies in Mexico City shortly before the assassination. Yet, despite the inconsistencies in this crucial evidence, the Warren Commission continued with its investigation, neglecting to delve deeper into these leads, which suggested a larger conspiracy at play. The role of the CIA and the FBI has long been a point of contention, with many critics arguing that these agencies played a central role in covering up evidence that could have implicated higher-level individuals within the US government. One of the most shocking pieces of information to come out of the Warren Commission was that someone other than Oswald had been at the Soviet embassy in Mexico City under Oswald's name just weeks before the assassination. In 1963, the CIA had intercepted phone calls and even photographs of a man at the embassy, but when the FBI investigated, they discovered that the voice and appearance did not match Oswald's. However, the CIA and the FBI appeared to hide this critical piece of evidence, and the Warren Commission failed to explore it further. The witnesses who could have uncovered the truth were subjected to extreme pressure, including intimidation, harassment, and in some cases, even death threats. Many of them eventually changed their stories or were dismissed entirely. One key witness, Jean Hill, who was standing in Dealey Plaza when the shots were fired, later reported that she had been harassed by Secret Service agents and FBI officials who attempted to silence her. Hill went on to claim that her testimony, which could have pointed to multiple gunmen, was cut short during the Warren Commission's investigation. Other witnesses, such as Richard Carr, Sandy Speaker, and A.J. Milliken, claimed to have seen or heard things that didn't fit the official narrative, but were either ignored or pressured into recanting their statements. Beyond just witness tampering, there are also numerous suspicious deaths surrounding the Kennedy assassination. The idea that individuals with potential knowledge of the truth met untimely or mysterious deaths has become a popular theory among conspiracy researchers. Journalist Penn Jones Jr. was one of the first to draw attention to these mysterious deaths, identifying a group of individuals connected to the case whose deaths were either unexplained or seemed suspicious. Jones published an article detailing the deaths of several key witnesses, including reporter Jim Cuthie, Ruby's first attorney Tom Howard, and Earlene Roberts, a witness who claimed claimed to have seen Oswald's movements before the assassination. These deaths, while not definitively linked to the assassination, raised serious questions about the lengths to which some individuals were willing to go to cover up the truth. The issue of suspicious deaths gained further traction in the 1970s when author Jim Marrs published a list of over 100 individuals who had connections to the assassination and had died under mysterious circumstances. His list included witnesses, law enforcement officials, and individuals who were either directly or tangentially involved in the investigation. While many of these deaths could be explained by natural causes, some conspiracy theorists believed that they were the result of a deliberate campaign to silence those who knew too much. One of the most compelling and mysterious deaths was that of Dorothy Kilgallen, a prominent journalist who had written extensively about the assassination. Kilgallen had openly questioned the official story and was one of the few to meet with Jack Ruby during his trial. Just days before her unexpected death in 1965, Kilgallen had reportedly discovered new evidence that could have changed the entire narrative surrounding Kennedy's assassination. Her sudden death, ruled an overdose, raised suspicions that she had been silenced before she could reveal what she had learned. Her case remains one of the most haunting examples of suspicious deaths linked to the Kennedy assassination. The possibility of a second gunman in Dealey Plaza has been another focal point of the conspiracy theories surrounding JFK's death. Many witnesses reported hearing shots from locations other than the Texas Schoolbook Depository, with the grassy knoll emerging as the most notorious location. Eyewitnesses, including Mary Moorman, who captured a famous photograph of the motorcade moments before the fatal shot, reported hearing gunshots from the grassy knoll, which would have been nearly impossible for Oswald to fire from his position. Despite these testimonies, the Warren Commission insisted that the shots came solely from the depository, dismissing any possibility of a second gunman. In later years, other investigations, such as the House Select Committee on Assassinations, HSCA, concluded that it was highly probable that at least one additional shot came from the knoll, adding further fuel to the conspiracy fire. The story of Kennedy's assassination is far from over. New evidence continues to emerge, and with it, the questions about the true nature of the conspiracy that many believe still exists. From unreleased government documents to newly discovered witness accounts, the mysteries surrounding the assassination of John F. Kennedy continue to haunt American history, leaving us with more questions than answers. The truth may be out there, but it has been carefully hidden behind decades of secrecy, intimidation, and manipulation. And as more and more documents are released in the years to come, the full story may finally be revealed, although whether it will bring closure or more questions remains to be seen. The witnesses, the evidence, and the untold stories may ultimately be the key to unlocking the truth behind the assassination that changed the world forever.